I actually think that there's going to be a network fire sale coming pretty darn soon. What do you think all the network changes are about? You know, with every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Jane, Jill, and Susan swapping out on the anchor chairs. It's because the money is going away. I mean, they're not going to have whatever they may have been getting from USAID. I don't know. They're not going to have that. And then they're not going to have possibly Big Pharma. That's the word on the street right now, that networks are preparing for a fire sale because they are about to lose the Big Pharma money that is so critically important to them because RFK Jr. has said so much. New York Times had a recent article on this saying the pharmaceutical industry is on track to spend over $5 billion on national television advertisements this year, according to iSpot, which tracks this stuff. And the most aggressive campaigns are for newer medications that haven't gone through that haven't gone generic, right? But compete in a crowded field of similar drugs. And so they're trying to reach patients with common conditions like arthritis and diabetes. And research has found that the majority of top advertised drugs offer little to no medical benefit compared to existing treatments. And many cost tens of thousands a year. And somehow they want you to take it, so this is why they put this out there on the airwaves. And the networks are like happy to oblige because this is the major revenue source. Advertisements for the makers of prescription and over-the-counter drugs, according to iSpot TV, they account for half of all ad spending. Half of all ad spending. That's massive. So if you don't have Big Pharma, bye, ABC News, CBS News, ABC News, it's game over. Like these guys are going away for good. Oh, we're going to get to this story because RFK is all in the news today. But first, let me show you here. RFK Jr. is actually speaking about why he actually thinks we need to get rid of Big Pharma ads. Let's take a listen.
This network president told me that if one of his talk shows allowed me on the air, that he would fire the host. This person is a friend of mine. And I would have to fire the host because this is where our advertisers are. And if he lost an advertiser, it's a major catastrophe for the network. The press has effectively been neutralized. If, all you have to do is sit down and watch the 6 o'clock news on TV and see how many of those stories are bracketed by pharmaceutical ads. I was told by a network executive that during non-election years, during some months during non-election years, up to 70% of his news division revenues are coming from pharma.
Wow. So if they lose Big Pharma, they've lost their businesses. I mean, especially on those big 3 networks. I don't know what they're going to do. So network TV, bye-bye. I mean, look, we already know it's all over here, right? It's streaming. And if RFK Jr. actually pulls the plug on Big Pharma ads, that's going to be a problem for them. And I think he might do it. I mean, you can go back to the New York Times article and actually, not in this particular passage, but in a lot of what has come out, these particular drugs, they don't actually make a difference for people. And doctors are frustrated because they got people coming in asking for this name brand, this, that, and the other. And these drugs are actually not advancing people medically. I mean, heck, I think RFK Jr. has said this, for goodness sakes. I mean, we're like the most unhealthy country, yet we have all these resources. So clearly the ads aren't doing us any good. And all they're doing is keeping these networks afloat. And you think about all the lobbying money that goes into this, right? The lobbying money can exist because nobody in the mainstream media is willing to call any of this out. They can't because they would be cutting off the hand that feeds them, so to speak. So major story there. I would not be surprised if sometime within the next 3 to 4 years, if RFK Jr. does this, these networks are gone. There will be a fire sale. I mean, Bob Iger over at Disney has already said he really, really, really wants to get rid of his mainstream television properties and also the cable ones too. He doesn't even want ESPN. It doesn't matter anymore, right? Because everything's streaming. He'd like to do more with Disney Streaming Plus. That's not going so well for him though. I mean, they actually got to get some intelligent people that aren't just wokeified. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment because new developments on the Rachel Zegler front. But the other big story here is RFK Jr. is planning to cut 10,000 jobs. He's restructuring the entire health department. So this is massive. It includes roughly 1,400 jobs at NIH that are going to go bye-bye. So you're talking about just really, 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 really systemic change. I mean, this is a big, big deal. I actually have a guest coming on with me momentarily to talk some more about that. First, little shout out to our friends over at Cozy Earth. Have you heard of Cozy Earth? CozyEarth.com. Use my code word Trish. CozyEarth.com/Trish. I'm like super picky. Some of you may know that. Maybe you don't know that. But like I I can't go to sleep in sheets that aren't really exquisite and really soft and really nice. And so I'm very happy because I have these particular sheets from Cozy Earth. They're the bamboo ones. They actually sent them to me, in fairness. As I always test out products before I ever talk about them, it's really important. And so Cozy Earth sent me these sheets and I was like, gosh, these are really good and they're very economical. So I was like, yes, you know what? You know, if your wife wants them or if your husband wants them or if just you want them, I think they're a great gift. I think they're a great thing for family. Like sleep is important, right? We underrate that sometimes. You know, I don't sleep enough, frankly, but when I do get into my bed, I want to feel really, really, really good. So these are wonderful. They, the bamboo sheet set is what I have, luxury sheet set. Luxury is, you know, listen, I think it's where you rest. Like you should feel luxurious. When I was younger in my career, I'd go and stay in these nice hotels and I'd be like, oh gosh, their sheets are so nice. Why don't I have these at home? Like, why am I skimping at home? So anyway, that's my story on this. I sleep on Cozy Earth sheets. Thank you to them for sending them to me. I am a connoisseur and my sales team was holding their breath. They're like, oh my God, is she going to like these or not? I'm like the princess and the pea, right? Like, is she going to like it? And if I don't like it, I'm not going to promote it. So fortunately, I like this. I like this a lot. They're hyperallergenic, they're organic, they're vegan, they're anti-microbial, no harmful chemicals. It's all really, really good stuff. It's also very good with temperature regulation. So that's important and super soft and great, great fabric. So check them out. You get 40% off by using code word Trish. Go to CozyEarth.com/Trish. 40% off for you. Use the code word. It helps the show, of course, because we're all independent here. We don't have those big pharma commercials.